Hi there. It's Lisa Belleci St. Romain here on our second Sunday of Advent, Cycle C, and our second reading from Philippians. And so our Lector workbook talks about time, how Paul is congratulating the Philippians on their faithfulness through time, and that we should pay attention to these words that indicate time. So from the first day until now, the one who began a good work, continue to complete it. And then the prayer that he prays, this is going to be very familiar to our prayer that we read last week from Thessalonians, right? So apparently Paul is praying for all of his communities and wishing them to increase in love more and more, that we may be pure and blameless. He used that same phrase to the Thessalonians, pure and blameless. So he wants that for all of us, right? Okay. So let us see how this goes. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Philippians. Take your time with that word. Sometimes people say Philippians, and so Philippians. Give it. Sometimes I notice that. Brothers and sisters, look at them as you say that. I pray always with joy in my every prayer for all of you. Well, look at the smiles, and can you imagine Paul saying this? Like he just loves these people, and so let it pour out there, right? Because of your partnership for the gospel from the first day until now. Like they must have just been so ready just to ripe and just receive and be all in from the first day, right? I am confident of this, that the one who began a good work in you will continue to complete it until the day of Christ Jesus. God is my witness, how I long for all of you with the affection of Christ Jesus. So let your voice hold some longing there, right? That he is away from them and they have been so responsive. He's probably sad to leave them. They're so responsive. What a great community group and support group and prayer group they have been for each other, right? And this is my prayer, that your love may increase ever more and more in knowledge and every kind of perception, to discern what is of value. So I'm changing my voice. So prayerful voice, but then there's a little bit of I don't know what that is, logic maybe, to discern what is of value, so that you may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ. Filled, there we go, filled, stretch that word out, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, for the glory and praise of God. That's what it's all about. So again, glory, matching our first reading where glory was repeated so many times, and here again, what's our purpose? For the glory and praise of God. And then 1, 2, 3. The word of the Lord, nice and strong, and receive back from them. Thanks be to God. Okay? All right, so let's read this straight through and see how that sounds. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Philippians. Brothers and sisters, I pray always with joy in my every prayer for all of you, because of your partnership for the gospel from the first day until now. I am confident of this, that the one who began a good work in you will continue to complete it until the day of Christ Jesus. God is my witness, how I long for all of you with the affection of Christ Jesus. And this is my prayer, that your love may increase ever more and more in knowledge and every kind of perception, to discern what is of value, so that you may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, for the glory and praise of God. The word of the Lord. And receive thanks be to God. All right, practice reading aloud and enjoy it.